Hello, hello, hello. What? The frick? Weird. Huh. Weird. Oh, hey, what's up? Hang on, I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see. There we are. All right, hang on. Let me do a Discord message. New Fable trailer? What is this? What is this? What is this? All right. What is this? Whoa, that dodge looks pretty janky. Where'd this footage come from? Did they try to make like a Witcher game? I wonder if they know what kind of RPG people want to play these days. That back dodge looks fucking terrible. You know, this is made by the Forza Horizon people, right? Look at this. It's gonna be weird. Like, if it's not like explicitly British, goofy, like slapstick humor, like explicitly, then like kicking a chicken in that trailer, like what am I trying to say? Like, Fable's been gone a long time, so I could see just some random younger person watching this and getting to the end where she kicks the chicken and just going like, what the fuck? Because it tonally, this leaked footage or whatever the fuck this is, doesn't look like that at all. So if you're not familiar with Fable, you're probably like, what? That's a big ass chicken there though. A cockatrice possibly? So we got some parries. Fireball looks pretty good. You think this is coming out this year? What's up, Heavens? What's up, Papa Shot? It got delayed, like officially? Is it what? Yeah. Has there been news today? That wolf looks pretty good. Those dodges look whack though. I say that, but then I'm like, you know, I don't know. Interesting. Wario tweet, it got delayed. Okay, what's the news on that? Y'all see the Anna stuff? Some people are gonna hate this. Tekken used to be like the slightly less serious like virtual fighter, but still like a martial arts game, right? Martial arts based fighting game. Just it had a bear and stuff. Now it's like, I don't know, man.
I'm only interested in my inferior half. This won't take long.
Yo, how we feel about that Anna haircut? Them crazy bangs? It's gone Yakuza. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The thing is, I like the less crazy part of Tekken. I mean, I like that Tekken is crazy, but I like the fighting styles to be based on not weapons, you know? To me, I've always been like, keep the Soul Calibur out of Tekken, right? I want hand-to-hand fighting sans Yoshimitsu, right? Or Kunimitsu, you know, like the most. Right now, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, she looks cool, but
Get ready for the next
I
battle.
don't know. I'm a Julia guy.
Turn 8. New challenger.
What's up, Mecha?
Lovely Tom's craving for a good time.
Anna Williams.
Like I hate like the teleporting this guy on the right. I don't even remember his name. That's how much I didn't even like. I mean, I played Tekken 8 for like, you know, just multiplayer only. or not even. I mean, like just like I didn't even finish the story. I didn't even click on this guy once. I didn't even try him out. That's how much I don't care about this character. You know, I probably played it for like 50 hours. Mostly just fucking around. Like, what is that? Is the rocket launcher like a stance? Like she looks like she canceled out of it. Which, whatever, that's cool tech. I heard they made like sidestepping easier, and you can like sidestep while crouching in both directions and stuff. I think they're trying to buff defense because people complained about it being too offensive, too mix-up heavy and stuff. And they kind of like debuffed heat stuff, I think. Nerfed it, sorry. This rocket launcher is crazy. It's so weird when they do this to a character, right? Because it's like, it seems like such a potentially significant change that maybe the way this character plays and everything is just completely different. She used to be a very like, her pokes were really good. She was a Williams. Her like, full crouch mix up stuff was pretty good. But now, like, who even knows? What's up, Spin Dash? Greetings back. How's Rurikon doing? As someone who plays a lot of Monster Hunter and consumes Monster Hunter content, he's the only content creator from Portugal I'm familiar with. But I guess if you don't follow Monster Hunter, you probably don't know who that is. I don't know.
I'd love for you to taste my cooking sometime. I'm going to make you pay.
Feelings mutual. I love that we're so close, little sis.
Isn't Nina like top tier these days? It's crazy for Nina to be top tier because she's always like, you know, her basic poking game and stuff has always been strong, but like doing like the top tier stuff with her has always been like really difficult. But she also has guns now, so what do I know? The thing about Tekken, and they've always had like Yoshimitsu stuff. They've always had characters with crazy gimmicky stuff, right? Unblockables, you know, Kuma could fart. It's always had that stuff, but that stuff like, you know, Devil Jin can shoot lasers, or you know, Devil, an angel, can shoot lasers. But that stuff was always like balanced in such a way that it was kind of gimmicky. Like it was almost never like core to like the balance of the game. Like maybe you could catch someone off guard with it, right? You know, maybe for like more casual play. Like you're not seeing a lot of like crazy unblockable stuff in like tournament play, unless Yoshimitsu has a little bit, but that stuff was never like so strong. And it was just always kind of balanced around that. Like Yoshimitsu, up until I think fairly recently, has never been like a really like super high tier, top tier character. He's always been kind of like mid to low, mostly because his stuff is just kind of crazy and less like, it was flashy, but not necessarily strong. And usually they don't like, I think Namco doesn't like those kinds of characters being top tier. So usually that stuff kind of gets nerfed. But now everybody's got crazy shit. Like what's going to happen if Julia comes back and they give her like a switchblade or something? Like who the fuck knows? I like her because she's a very straightforward fighter. you know, good pressure game, whatever. I don't know. You don't care about Tekken. This game looks cool visually. I don't think he's like a major content creator or anything, but he does cover stuff like Souls games and shit. But I think people in the Monster Hunter community know of him. Just because you've been doing it a long time. Man, why does game trailers always look like shit? I mean, I know this game has a strange art style, but I mean, still the bitrate was weird. This game just looks like a vibe. The other thing is, I don't think he does like Portuguese content. I think he just all his stuff is English content as well. So maybe that changes things. Liza P. I gotta play through Liza P. This shit just looks too cool. At some point, it's just like I don't even care like if it's not as good as some of the other Souls-likes out there in terms of the way it plays. When something just looks this cool, I don't know. Just gotta play it. This is one of those where I think this happens a lot, right? It was always on Game Pass, I think. So I never gameflied it. And like the weird thing is, depending on the type of game, like it's enough to keep me from playing a game on another system because it's like, oh, it's free, it's right there. I subscribe to Game Pass, but I'm almost never sitting at my PC like this. Like almost ever. All my PC gaming these days is like on my Steam Deck, either directly installed on my Steam Deck or I'm streaming from my PC to my Steam Deck. But I would never play a soul like a parry-based Souls like over Moonlight, even though it's like super fucking good. I probably could. So what happens is games come out on Game Pass, and if it's just not like a good game to stream to my Steam, like Avowed is perfect to stream from my PC to my Steam Deck, perfect. But I would never play a game like this. Which is weird. I don't know. Is anybody good at optimizing PC games for low-end machines? I need like an expert at that shit these days. Because I don't play enough PC games to like I don't fuck with that stuff as often. And when I am streaming stuff from my PC to my Steam Deck, like the finer details don't matter as much anymore.
Reminds me of you.
Is that true, Spin Dash? Better than Neo 2.
But now you belong to the
I guess they're pretty different. There's some good Souls-likes out there these days.
Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together?
I didn't really want a story trailer. There was another one that's cooler. Echo Weaver. Talos Principle. Hey, does anybody know, is this tagged as a remake on Fantasy Critic? Shh.
From the depths of the simulation emerges a tool of boundless potential. Welcome to the Talos Principle Reawakened Puzzle Editor, where you are no longer just a player. You are a creator. This powerful tool allows you to design entire episodes, linking challenges into grand journeys of thought and discovery. Choose how your world unfolds and define progression as you see fit. Create unlockable secrets with stars, keys, or even your own intricate tetromino puzzles.
Partial remake. Damn, we're not doing partial remakes.
At your command.
No work today? No, I'm at home today. What's up, Haste?
All weapons of logic waiting to be wielded.
I need to come up with a Talos Principle is goated. I need to come up with a new points-based list for Nick. No work today. Kids are in school. Whatever, dude. You know, any of this shit look sick? Deadlock Station, they're gonna get sued. You missed Trials? Have you tried the Lonely Mountain games? Haste? Online. I hate to say it. One of the cool parts of Patapon was the simplicity of the art style. This looks really nice, but man, there's a lot going on. For a game where you need to be like very focused on what you're doing the entire time. You gotta be locked in. He finished Metaphor just this week, I think, or past weekend. So he finished Persona and Metaphor, which makes him a certain kind of weeb. I don't know. Like he will always be a graphics whore, maybe. This does have a cool art style. You know, this looks kind of sick, actually, dude. What's up, Space?
Rated M for mature.
Hi, this is Iggy Pop. Tonight we dive.
I don't like Shin Megami Tensei Iggy Pop. The fuck?
It was beyond our wildest dreams.
Their music defined a generation.
But I don't like Shin Megami Tensei.
Genius is a curse.
I've tried so many times, Mecha.
Their maverick manager.
He drove from out of town to meet us. We were waiting at this bar.
We'll be paying this guy, so I want to know. What exactly will you do for us?
Plain and simple. I'll make you rich.
That's pretty funny, Damar.
I'm here to fuck you over.
Okay, what kind of game is this?
We're pretty.
Gentlemen, rock and roll.
You
Who's developing this? Do we know?
rock beast.
Licked. Who? Don't know who that is. What's up, Mr. Boy? Hotel Barcelona. Oh, we got more friends? We gotta check this out. I can't believe there's 1,000 times resist cards in this game.
Should we just put some cards on the table?
What's up, Skylar? The fuck am I? What am I want? Oh, no, thank you. That's sick. That's crazy. Save? There's no limits to the crossover here. I don't need, what survival game is this? What is this? I gotta be honest with you. Wait a minute. What is this? What the fuck am I looking at? It's like a mobile game?
know what they say.
What?
The house always wins.
Looks like the joke's on us.
How, like... What even was that? What even was that? What is this? What What is this? Dead by Daylight? So the way it works is they're just themed. So like you can go into the settings, right? And change what the, you know, the Jack, Queen, and King and stuff is for the different suits, right? So right now, like in my game, I have one of my suits is 1,000 times resist deck. One of them is like the Slay the Spire deck. And all it does is just change the Jack, Queen, and King art. But I mean, I don't know, it's crazy. What's up, Blobbly? What you doing with your life? Have you found meaning? Post JRPG? This shit looks so appropriately suited, but then you get to the gameplay and I'm like, I don't know. It's one that I hope is on like Game Pass or something.
How painfully human.
Here's the problem with like Suda stuff, sweary stuff. Is like they get part of it. They get the part we like they're good at.
I'll burn you to the bone.
But like I feel like the part that they're not good at, they're like pretty fucking bad at. And that's usually the gameplay. And stuff like, you know, performance, animations, you know, just the gamey ass part of their game they struggle with, right? They need someone who's good at just making games to lift them up, you know? Like think about going from Nier 1 to Nier Automata, right? Like Yoko Taro, he didn't change. The difference is they brought in a studio that's like good at making games and they're like, all right, help me turn my vision into something that's great. And they did that with like Platinum Games or whatever, right? And like some of like Shinji Mikami, some of Suda's best stuff is when he worked with like Shinji Mikami, right? I mean, Killer 7 is a Shinji Mikami directed game, right? Directed by Suda. But let's see. Or stuff like so like imagine a sweary game but with a developer that's actually good at like making good video games. So like sweary and like Suda doing stuff together, like there's no where's the gameplay talent, you know what I mean? Like they gotta this is why I want Platinum to never go away, because say what you will about their consistency, and these days, you know, they got people leaving. They're a good studio for that sort of thing.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair, give to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones,
I picked this up in Fantasy Critic,
house and land
but this is a very like
near Mount Holly.
anticipated release this year.
Above provision is contingent on discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45 room estate.
It's like Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, or The Witness, or something meets a deck builder, kind of. But I think this is supposed to be like more of a holy shit kind of moment, kind of puzzle game. But combining that with like a deck builder is pretty wild.
Herbert S.
Coming to Game Pass, perfect. Speaking of Game Pass. Castlevania, man. I'm so anxious about the thought of Konami rebooting Castlevania with someone bad. Avowed. I still find it so funny. People are mad at Avowed. It looks like Lost Records is not like important enough for the chuds to drag it down. It's funny. Monster Hunter Wilds. It's a big deal, man. Holy shit, it's coming. Ninja 5.0. That's wild. This is just a fucking port. I still have the GBA cart. Trending free. So we need to find out what's a good... What are the good next? Y'all got to tell me the secret sauce on Next Fest. So I can snipe it in my private bidding league. What's up, Poke Up? This one looks pretty neat, but it's not really much of a game. It's just a photography game. Looks pretty though. Oh, did y'all watch my top 10? My top 10's out. My first top 10 video. I did 3 top 10s. Oh shit, I'm streaming to YouTube as well. Oh, cause I'm connected to Restream. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Pretty, but Skin Deep. There's a demo for Skin Deep. This is Blendo Games. I'll always check out a Blendo Games game. Good God, what is...
Ventilation shaft purge. Leave vent immediately.
Unicorn and UFO, yeah, they were both very high for me on my top 10. Won't spoil anything though.
Hang on, cats. I'm coming.
Good morning, Nina. As this ship's premium insurance...
Stuff like Blendo Games, you might know them as... I don't know. What is Brendan Chung? He's... So, like... They're known for, like, their similar stuff, but also, like their narrative stuff. Like, Gravity Bone, 30 Flights of Loving. Like, 30 Flights of Loving, like... It's very, like, in terms of the way narrative is presented in video games, the shit that those games were doing, it's like mouthwashing. I feel like mouthwashing doesn't exist without, like, 30 Flights of Loving. You know what I mean? Like it, the way an edited narrative is presented in games, I think stuff like Blendo's stuff early on is, like, very influential.
Policy, your mission is to free all members of the crew from the pirate incursion. Due to limitations in the freezing process, equipment must be procured on site. Meowcorp has authorized all necessary property damage.
There's someone on board. Everybody check in. Alpha here.
This concludes your insurance commando orientation.
This reminds me of, like, Heat Signature.
Good luck.
Normal here. Thanks, crew. Looking good.
Nina,
I heard you're getting back in the game.
Who are these people?
These pirates regenerate.
What do I do with the head?
Flush her head down the toilet.
I'm doing something personal, Lion. One job only.
Show yourself!
I want Nina Pasadena dead.
I gotta download this demo.
Is everyone ready to fight?
We'll go with you to the end, Nina.
Get me to the refractor!
It's too dangerous!
Danger, wonky space. Danger, wonky space.
Enjoy the ride, Bojo.
But what is this tagged as on Steam? I would love for this to do great, but who knows these days? FPS immersive sim stealth sci-fi sandbox. Sandbox. Interesting. We're gonna download this. Probably not very large.
Nothing left.
What's up, Kenton? Hey, Kenton. You know, I was wondering. Well, I was kind of gonna ask anyone who's a pro at optimizing like PC games for like old, like low-end machines, because like I kind of tweaked Avowed to get it to how I want, but I'm not like set up to like say stream because my processor's old, right? So if I'm streaming through OBS at the same time I'm like capturing the game and playing the game, you know, I'm gonna take a hit to performance, and I'm like, well, what is the first thing I should tweak to try to get a little bit more juice out? Like, well, like what should I turn down to try to like juice it up a little bit for like streaming purposes, you know what I mean? Nina Pasadena is a very strong name. Hint. Yes.
So I could learn how to cook. Because I love to eat and share food. Cooking is so amazing. I think it's really magical. Taste, smell, texture, temperature, gotta be just right. I wake up at 3 every morning.
Y'all gotta see the musical number from Pirate Yakuza. Y'all have to see it. It's too good. This is Keita Takahashi, by the way, creator of Katamari Damacy. Actually, you could look, check it out. What'd I do? There's a yeah, Malia crocheted me a Prince of the Universe. Prince of the Universe. No, that's community member. King of the Cosmos. But you know, a prince, not a whatever. My top 10 list. What's up with that? Sorry. Whoa, that's loud. Is it like there should be another video going live. When does that go live? I don't know if it's one of mine or not. We have another video going. Overclock my CPU. Turn literally everything to low with DLSS on. Yeah, but Kenton, that's like, what I'm saying is that's more extreme than I wanted to do, right? It's more like, how do I turn things, like what's like a thing, what's something I can turn, like a less extreme adjustment, but that might give me some extra juice. Huh. Like, what's like the first thing to turn down? Like fucking shadows or whatever? Come on, man. I'm not trying to overclock my CPU. I don't want to burn it up, man. I gotta keep this thing for a while. I don't know if my fans are getting a little dusty. I rarely even open up my tower these days. Come on, man. What is this shit? We're living in a post-Echo Point Nova world. Hooking up the Steam Deck to the Elgato? The fuck? What is that gonna do? Or like, why do I want to do that? You're talking about, oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like play the game from the Steam Deck, installed on the Steam Deck, and just have it having my capture card grabbing from that, and my PC's not used. But my Steam Deck's not going to run Avowed very well, you know. Or I don't know. What's like the new hotness? I really do need to look at Next Fest. Y'all think this shit's gonna be good? Atelier Yumia? I feel like this one. I need to add this to the Trailer Talk playlist. Y'all seen this shit? Hold on, y'all gotta watch this. The opening musical number. I don't know if there's like... I'm going to show you the English one because that's the one I watched. Oh, it's in this browser. Hold on. No! I want English. Most people play Yakuza in Japanese, which is fair. I get it.
Come back to this.
All right, here's in English. Fucking Jason over here.
Hey, mister. Were you really serious about wanting that to be the ship's name?
The Mister thing's history, Noah.
That was quality.
It's
success.
Captain now. Anywho,
shut up, Carlos.
My own name's lost at sea, so...
Oh, there we go.
I wanted to honor our most important crewmate. I mean, how could you say no to that phase? Oh.
Carlos, what's the last game you finished?
A little whimsy. I'm taking
that wasn't like...
and naming it the Goromaru. In Japanese, the Maru suffix is what you tack on at the end of a ship's name.
Wow.
Testing.
I think it's a great name.
Testing. Testing.
I can't believe it's really happening. I'm finally getting a taste of freedom.
Yeah. What you singing? It finally becomes your oyster. That's when it's time to stop holding back. Don't you think?
You're not ready.
Heave ho, off I go on a ship to waters unknown. this, my dream adventures coming true. For as long as I remember, it's all I've longed to do. The sea around me, blue sky above me, lose all that I've ever been. Just the same old thing, same routine, over and over again. I could hear destiny calling to me. Where could I go? Who could I turn to? How could I break free?
I wonder if Moana gets a song. His sister's name is Moana.
The captain on your side, so come with me. Who knows what
What's up, Yeti?
On the way. But the sea is big, the world is ours, and that is how it ought to be. Look around you, kid. Waters are known as far as the eye can see.
Waters are known?
Damn right. The waters are known. Heave-ho, off we go. On our ship to waters
It's kind of a banger.
There's no stopping us now that we're chasing after our dreams. Take the helm and take heart. Take your fill and take care. We'll be rich as we can be, just as long as we believe, and we'll always believe. Heave-ho, up we go. On our ship to waters unknown. Out on the sea, we can be anything, anyone, any way we want to be. To the brighter days ahead, to the me I've yet to meet. Heave away, heave away, heave away. Goromaru full speed ahead. Heave away. Yar!
Pretty sick, pretty sick.
So just like that.
All right, dude, how dare you? You fucking scrub. Man, I hope there's like another musical number towards the end or some shit, because it's so good. Y'all remember the musical number in Get Out of Hell? I like musical numbers in games, damn it.
Don't love them.
You think I care?
If you started acting like a father, you would.
I'm looking after your best interest.
You don't care about my happiness. This is about you. If you just stop telling
You will never. Celestial light doesn't. You belong to me.
love. There's a big wide world for me to explore. You don't know that, Johnny.
Tearing this place apart, but Satan doesn't even seem to...
We didn't come this far to fail.
You think I'm giving up?
We have one less place to go.
What if it doesn't work?
The bus is counting on us.
You think I don't know? How do I burn down a city that's baptized in fire? How do I kill off an army that's dead? Time's slipping away now, and the best plan we've got is just put one inside Satan's head. If roles were reversed, God, I know they'd save me, but all my solutions involve murder sprees.
You have to stay the course.
This shit's good.
Yeah, that sounds fun, but what has that done? We're still where we stand.
That shit is good. The Ninja Turtles are in Call of Duty. I mean, that's kind of sick, right? These just look like the movie Ninja Turtles. It is the original movie Ninja Turtles. I feel like that's so sick, dude. That's so sick. That's so sick. What does it say about me that, like, this is almost makes me want to play Call of Duty? Oh, shit. Oh, dude. It's like they went full Fortnite, and, you know, why not, right? That's so sick. Why not, man? They've been like this for a while, right? Do you think what's like the fucking Light and Sound, or what is it called, the fucking like most respected like best films of all time list? I feel like eventually they're gonna have to put like the TMNT like 1989 or whatever movie on that list. One of these days they're just gonna have to like be honest with themselves and be like, you know, it's up there with Vertigo or whatever the fuck. This shit is wild too. Did y'all see this shit?
Welcome back to Little Tokyo, where some big news has just reached the big cheese.
A video game. 30 years later, and these old-fashioned furballs are getting a new video game. These darn pizza cats are always stealing my spotlight. I haven't felt this angry since our cartoon show stopped airing on TV.
Calm down, Seymour. If the pizza cats are getting a new game, that means we will be cast as the main villains, right? Our voice.
The animators, what a brilliant idea. And with those annoying pizza cats out of the way, I'll become the new...
Huh? Well, we've got 9 lives, plus continue.
And when the game gets tough...
This seems very like niche, but like it's not, right? Obviously this is playing on people's nostalgia, but also there's a certain, like, it's perfect for the furries, right? Like, this feels Sonic tangential.
With a brand new video game. The Big Cheese has an evil scheme up his sleeve, and it's up to you, the player, to
The art style is really good.
Little Tokyo. Switch between your favorite cats,
Is this coming out this year?
and get ready for some nostalgic pepperoni action. So put on your best pajamas, because we're going to party like it's 1990.
This shit, that looks so sick. Look at this UI. Look at these cards. That looks incredible.
1990.
This is a game that's like, the visual artist should be rich. But like, let's hope the gameplay is good. How's ukulele doing these days? Oh, this is just the fucking... You think Hades 2 drops this year? I bet they drop 1.0 at the Game Awards. This shit is wild, right? Monster Train 2 out of nowhere. You know, last year they Inkbound hit 1.0, which is a cool game. I wanted to put it on my underappreciated games list, but it didn't make the cut. I don't know. It was pretty arbitrary, the stuff I was putting on there. That game, I don't think it did all that well. Inkbound. And the game is getting kind of like review bombed in recent reviews because they've been like, allegedly they abandoned it. And it makes sense that, you know, it reminds me of like when, like a really successful, what's a really successful indie game that tried something new and it just bombed. So they're like, oh, fuck it. We'll do a sequel to the one that was successful. Like Rogue Legacy 2, right? The Rogue Legacy guys, they put out some other indie game after and no one paid attention to it. Full Metal Fury. So they're like, fuck it. We'll just do Rogue Legacy 2. Otherwise we're going to die. You know, it's the kind of shit that you would have expected like the Behemoth to do a decade ago. They should have probably just made Castle Crashers 2 or something. And they never did. Did you know Castle Crashers DLC is coming out like soon? Isn't that wild? I think they're gonna do a sequel. I think they have to just to survive, because like former indie royalty does not mean anything anymore. Like it does for like, you know, critics and stuff, but it doesn't do for anything for like sales. Castle Crashers is too old. But I think if they did a Castle Crashers 2, it would pop off probably. It's not like the Rogue Legacy people failing to make something else that people care about kept people from being interested in the sequel, right? Didn't Rogue Legacy 2 do fine? Battle Block 2 less successful, of course, than Castle Crashers, but it is well liked. I like Monster Train a lot, but I think it is, but like I feel like it means less these days because deck-based roguelikes, there are good ones all over the place, and Slay the Spire 2 is coming out. I bet they rushed this demo out because they want to beat Slay the Spire 2 to the market. Because I think they're afraid of it, and they should be. Monster Train is really good, though. It just doesn't feel like as refined as something like... How do people feel about Fatal Fury? I heard the online stuff kind of sucks or whatever. In the beta. Whatever, it's just a beta, but... Wild Frost is a good deck building game. Like I think Balatro is like a really cool, pretty, polished deck builder that has high highs, but like the lows in Balatro are really low to me. Like Balatro is not a game that I want to play forever, while I play Slay the Spire every single day. Like when a Balatro run fails, it feels terrible. In a way that does not happen with Slay the Spire is such a refined, polished game mechanically that, and it really is unmatched. Like, and it doesn't, and like Balatro is all about like craziness, crazy combos and stuff. And Monster Train's kind of like that as well. What are we clicking on here? I have like Monster Hunter comes out in a few days. I am playing Yakuza and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Avowed, and like those are big games. I mean, I feel like I have enough games between all that stuff and Monster Hunter and like other small indies that I plan on playing. I have enough stuff for a while. Slay the Spire, like I've been playing Ender Magnolia. The music in this game, good God. I almost started installing mods for Slay the Spire. I think I did start installing mods for Slay the Spire, but I can't do that. I can't fuck with that. Anybody play the Ruffy and the Riverside demo? Do I have a Night Rain tank? Not really interested. Personally, I don't really care. I mean, the thing is, if I do anything like FromSoft, Elden Ring related, I'm just going to play Shadow of the Erdtree, which I still have not played. Do you need to play the first... Carlos, I don't think the Ender Magnolia is for you. It doesn't seem like the type of game you'd like. It's like a Citizen Sleeper is sick though. It's like a fucking Metroidvania. It's like a Souls-like Metroidvania. But it's not really like... I don't know. Do you even play video games? Let me watch this trailer. I'll probably talk about this on the podcast next week. There is something that is kind of like bumming me out about this one versus Ender Lilies. I liked the way abilities worked in Ender Lilies more. Where they had like ammo and you were getting them from all the different enemies. And like the enemies were the abilities. It doesn't really work like that this time. Like you unlock abilities through like bosses, mini bosses, but it's not like their ability necessarily. Like, you get modifications to like a core set of you know, these characters that you summon in battle, and I don't know why they did it that way. Like, the first one felt a lot more like you know, like Aria of Sorrow style. Like, all these enemies, you're gonna get their abilities and stuff. Now it's like you get modifications to like a core set of abilities, and it's not as exciting. I can't fuck with Slay the Spire. Like, I can't get into like new Slay the Spire shit. I just do like Ascension 20 runs on my phone. Ender Lilies is, I mean, Ender Magnolia, from what I played, it's like the first one. Like, the combat's really fun in these games. There's like a ton of like enemy variety. Like, the skills are just like fun to use. Combat's good. Like, the music's really good. Like, it goes way harder than it needs to. You know, and it has like the shit from, at least the first one kind of had like buildy type stuff with like relics. It's good, but like, I'm playing it because I just needed something kind of comfy, and to me that's a very comfy game. Like, I know what it is, and versus this, which is pure insanity. This seems like something you would think would be like a sweary game, but it's actually made by an indie dev that knows what they're doing. So this also feels like it would. This is like almost like it would be a Dundoko Island or something, like the full blown mini game in a Yakuza game, like the major mini game in a Yakuza game. I'm excited to play it, but it looks insane. Judgment 1 is the only Yakuza game. But this Kaizen Gameworks, they made Paradise Killer. And Paradise Killer, I've never played more than a little bit of this, but like, some people really like this game. Like, this is a well-liked fucking indie game. Like, Promise Mascot Agency might be like a fantasy critic pickup. So like, this is also a very weird game, but it's a more like, it's like almost explicitly like a narrative game. You love Paradise Killer? Yeah. I've always meant to play it, but I have heard some of the soundtrack, yeah.
A strange truth, but still a truth.
What did Paradise Killer score on?
Are you kidding me?
I was born to investigate.
Pretty strong scores.
I'm glad you're back, Elder.
81.
Let's go to work. Paradise Killer.
Yeah, people see this game and they think, oh, this must be like a sweary game or something, but it's not. Like, these people, they know what they're doing. Yakuza and Deadly Premonition. That is the vibe for sure. It's just so weird. And like, I did play the demo and it's pretty insane. What's up, Los Cimento? So what's the next fest juice? What's popping off? There's a Wheel World demo? Carlos, you gonna bid on this again? How's that? Is it sick? Carlos, are you gonna like sleep through the year in Fantasy Critic again? And end up not filling your roster yet again? Come on, man. You gotta pay attention a little bit. What's the hot shit? How do they... Why does Steam always get worse? They used to just have tabs of like the most... Oh, charts maybe. Here we go. Top upcoming Mecha Break. The Gothic remake? How's that looking? Demon Tides? Where is that? Demon Tides, yeah. Demon Tides looks cool. This Haste game looks fucking crazy. Demon Tides looks cool. It's like a open world Demon Turf or whatever, which, you know, I don't think Demon Turf scored all that well. I'm not entirely sure why, but you could definitely tell from Demon Tides that it's got some like pseudo regalia energy. You know, it's definitely the game is made by someone who's obsessed with like the tech from Mario 64. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. What got slaughtered with the beta? What do you mean? Wait, what game are you talking about, Jagger? Haste is awesome. Haste the community member, or? Mecha Break? Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to click on that. Look at this shit. Yeah. To me, Mecha Break will always be like a Jeff Keighley ad game that I will not care about ever. This is like an endless runner? Whoa, it's like a... Fucking the influence of Slay the Spire, y'all. Sick looking. Where did you see Demon Tides? The thing about Demon Tides is like you could tell they're like you can tell they're a how do I just let's do this in you could tell they're obsessed with like, you know, Mario 64 tech, Mario Odyssey tech, but they're like Sonic fans at heart. Or like maybe like Jersey Devil or something. They definitely, I feel like they're getting a lot of mileage out of the attitude. They probably like Jet Set Radio. They're definitely a Sega kid. Blue Sky's Sega kid. Dreamcast, probably their favorite console. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I get that they want to be like a platformer tech thing, but like it feels weirdly, it looks weirdly like sluggish at times. Like the default run speed seems like it should be faster. Like it looks like a game that needs like a lot of tweaks. I wonder why Demon Turf didn't get great reviews. What's up, Balloon? Like, it looks weirdly slow when it's not fast. But it's cool. Like, I want to try it when it comes out. Is there a demo for this? Oh yeah, this is a Jet Set Radio fan. I get it though. I heard there were like mods for what's the Jet Set Radio spiritual successor that came out a couple years ago? I can't remember. Blanking. I heard that got mods to like make it Bomb Rush. I heard Bomb Rush Cyberpunk got mods to make it like a faster, more technical game, which is cool, right? Oh my god. Austin Walker was on an episode of Remap Radio recently talking about the Dragon's Dogma 2 mod scene heating up, and the stuff he was saying sounded like I need to install that game immediately. I played it on PS5, but I'll play that shit on PC because so the gist of it is Dragon's Dogma 2 is built on the RE engine, like the modern RE engine, and apparently that's been like cracked wide open. It's been cracked wide open. So it's easy for them to like get in there and really do some crazy shit. And like the stuff that they're working on from the sounds of it is nutty. Deliver at all costs. This one seems crazy. Anybody play the demo for this?
The year is 1959, a time of rock and roll, polka dot dresses, and the ever-looming dread of nuclear annihilation. Before you is Winston Green.
So, a couple of years back, all roads led me to St. Monique. That's where everything kicked off.
Next Thursday? That is crazy. But that's just a game I'm going to buy and not play right away. Play when I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I don't even have that much faith that it's going to be like that impressive of a remaster, unfortunately. I'm just happy to have a nice, easy way to play those games.
You may be clever, and a good courier even.
As soon as I heard that they weren't relocalizing Suikoden 2 especially, I knew like they weren't going all out.
About as much as a penguin trusts a shark as a swimming buddy.
This Konami game looks sick. I can't believe Konami's getting into indie publishing. Like, literally maybe the worst time to get into indie publishing. Yeah. The State of Play, they had that Octopus game. The first Berserker. I will say, if you are like some fantasy critic, oh, whatever, you know, I talk fantasy critic. I just hope people start actually bidding on shit because it's been kind of sleeping face. What's up, Panic? How's this demo doing? Maybe not great. Game of Thrones King's Road has a demo. This is a mobile game, right?
Castle Black is the only thing standing between the White Walkers and the Seven Kingdoms.
It's a fucking mobile game they're just putting on Steam.
We could use.
I mean, that's a good price, Jager, considering what that shit would cost on eBay. But I don't know. They might be charging a little too much for that shit. Wait, what is that? Fucking pounds? How much is Suikoden? There's a Wander Stop demo. I need to check this out. What are people saying about that? Oh, that might be a little too big. I mean, the buzz is positive so far, but not a lot of people are. That's a lot, dude. They should not be charging that much for Suikoden. I mean, how the audience ain't there to fund that. Anything surprising here? Should be $30. There's a Total Chaos demo. Hey Carlos, are you familiar with Total Chaos? Carlos still here? What's up, J-Hit? There's a demo for Everhood 2. You think Everhood 2 is gonna be sick? You've played Total Chaos, the original? Isn't that like kind of goated? Not your jam? Not your jam. What the fuck is your jam? Ruffy and the Riverside. This game looks sick. Let's just the theme song is just. Jagger, you're just very British coded this year. Sick. Not that Kingdom Come is like British, but you know. It is like Euro, very medieval. No offense. This shit, I remember looking pretty cool.
My kingdom, where nothing happens.
Is this coming out 1.0?
Idle workers, untended fields. It's chaos without me. But where my gaze lingers, the wheels of progress turn. And the king is watching. I command with my very gaze. Every decision, what to produce, when to train, how to balance my resources, shapes the fate.
This looks cool.
And when the enemies arrive, only strategy and preparation shall determine our survival. A dragon, archers to the towers. An ogre, deploy the infantry. Or perhaps I shall unleash a fireball myself and be done with it. Over 100,000 regions have answered my call. But wait. There's more. I have decreed new improvements, stronger buildings, greater challenges, and an endless mode for those bold enough to push their limits. Ah, and beware.
Hold on. I never seen. So this is a roguelike? Endless mode suggests that it's not a rogue. Well.
Ah, and beware the encounters. Each.
Oh, it's definitely a roguelike.
Shapes your fate with bosses and events that demand wit, cunning, and perhaps a spell or two to turn the tide. My kingdom grows stronger each day, but it needs you. Play the updated demo now. Prove your worth and
this looks cool. Is this coming like early access or? So like that little field you're moving around is like, it's like sort of a god game to an extent. And I think like as a god or whatever, what you're staring at like maybe like ups the production or whatever, or maybe like they're only producing when you're looking at them. And I don't know. There's like a whole mechanic surrounding that. This looks like something that would launch in early access, though. Shut up, Carlos. That's just some basic ass tower defense shit. I got a top 10 games from UFO 50 coming this week. Did a new video launch? There should be a new top 10 video, right? What the hell's going on? Maybe it launches in a few minutes. Someone should go ask Chris Davis. Here's my... Look at this. Who's thumbs downing? Oh, no one did. Okay. I thought I saw a thumbs down. I have the thing installed. Spoilers. It's 57 minutes long. Should I just play this and go eat lunch? LOL. Here, y'all just want to watch the intro?
Look, I'm sorry. I know it's late. I know it's probably March, and you're probably playing Monster Hunter right now. But my top 10 games.
Hey, y'all, hold that thought. Y'all gotta help me find the secrets. So I'm in the Fantasy Critic Discord Super League, where it's all private bidding, and it's like pretty hardcore because there's like 12 people in my division, and we each have like 12 game rosters, and they don't allow like remakes and early access and shit. So it ends up being a lot of indie games, and there's private bidding, which means no one ever sees you bidding on a game going to the bidding pool. It just gets revealed on Saturday, like, oh, this person picked up this game for like $1 or $5 or whatever. So if there's any like if there's like any Steam Next Fest like sensations or whatever, y'all let me know. I need to know the secret shit to bid this week, because Next Fest is probably going to lead to a lot of secret bids.
Games of 2024 is pretty amazing. To make up for it, I'm going to make this my shortest video yet. You'll see. This thing's going to be like 10 minutes long, and you're going to be able to get right back to your 2025 games. Don't worry. Trust me. +10 years.
All right, here's my number 10. I'm not going to spoil anything else. You bid on haste and deliver at all costs? No, Mr. Boy. First of all, you only bid on games with dates, and only confirmed games that are going to launch confirmed, not early access. Because a game that launches in early access, if it doesn't hit 1.0, you don't get any points. Y'all, look at this shit. This is the Pedro dudes. My name is Pedro, developer, I think. Yeah. Man, you think they're like specifically channeling like fucking Newgrounds nostalgia with this shit? I thought for a second they were announcing a new Sayonara Wild Hearts, and I got so excited. Let's just watch this sick ass song. I don't know, Poke Up. Probably not. I don't know, I'm gonna run to the kitchen here in a second. Fucking Samogo. Did y'all play Lorelei and the Laser Eyes? This shit, that shit is so good. It's so crazy. Y'all see this shit? No, Jagger, I see it.
Oh, what a waste. Megastar looks on an asshole evil robot.
What is a megastar?
Finish him.
That's pretty sick. Pretty sick. The Anna trailer, yeah. Tekken don't give a fuck anymore. They're just gonna get as wild as they want. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? Clive. Oh my god, why did they pick Clive? Why did they pick Clive? Why won't they give us Tifa? Let us have Tifa. Like, it's not complicated. Hey, Carlos, did you play this demo? Post-trauma? Isn't this going to be, like, kind of sick? Give us Tifa, give us fucking Kiryu, Ichiban, Majima, I don't care. Just somebody from Yakuza.
Hello? Where is this? This is...
No, I don't poke up.
This
No.
hell?
No, not even a little
Would
bit.
have meaning. No, this is just us and our gloom.
Can I leave?
We're not stuck or lost. No. We are right where we are supposed to be.
I can't believe Nick had bid on this shit in Fantasy Critic last year.
Trust me.
What the fuck is he thinking, dude? Even horror at its best gets taxed so hard in Fantasy Critic. Like indie horror?
I think I can try.
It's time.
Yeah, Evil Within's cool. This might be the closest thing we ever get to another Evil Within game, sadly. Wait, didn't the company that... So the people from Tango Gameworks, some of the people from Tango Gameworks got hired on at the PUBG company, right? And they made that Dead Space knockoff. What if they do after a Hi-Fi Rush sequel of sorts, they do like an Evil Within. What's up, Crazier? Legendary? Well, you know. I wonder what people are. Everhood 2. This might be a solid Fantasy Critic bid. But I don't know. Let's see how many reviews the first game got. Indie sequels are kind of valuable. See, the thing is, the first game doesn't have a lot of reviews. When it came out, it only got 10 PC reviews. And honestly, some of them are kind of low. Honestly, I probably wouldn't fuck with this. Not in the 4PP League. 4PP League, I gotta be... I'm playing safe. This comes out soon, though. Actually, it might be too late to bid on this. How crazy does this one look compared to the first one? This one looks pretty crazy. Was the first one this insane? Yeah, this is still like a music and rhythm game. It's like if Undertale was, you know, a music game. Modding support? Custom worlds? The question is, does this get like... Okay. So it is launching 1.0. Does this get like the mainstream critic reviews enough for Open Critic? Like, do enough of those sites pay attention to games like this? That it gets enough top critics and all that? Dune Awakening. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get some food from the kitchen and all that. So I am gonna put, where was that video? I'm gonna put this on just so you have something to look at while I do that. I'll be right back. But of all the number 10, Dragon's Dogma 2. And I know it's crazy, it's number 10, but of all the years I've been doing these, this might be the hardest year I've had in terms of games that I felt like were shoo-ins for my top 10 that weren't able to actually make my list, because it's been a really tough year for me. Really brutal. I've loved so many games, including Dragon's Dogma 2. But, you know, I don't know. We're going to get to like my number 2 or number 1, and you're going to be like, I definitely know it's this, or I definitely know it's this, and it's not going to be those, because that's how brutal this year has been. But Dragon's Dogma 2, what do we say? I don't know. It's been 10 plus years, and we finally got a Dragon's Dogma sequel, and I loved the first one. Cult classic, hidden gem, we all loved it. But back then, I was like, there's so much potential here. I can't wait for them to do a sequel and like improve on everything and refine everything, and they kind of just made another Dragon's Dogma. It's bigger. It's prettier because, you know, it came out 10 years later, but it's not like, I don't know. It feels like the same game again, just bigger, you know, like when it comes to RPGs, I get down and dirty with like class systems and skills systems, skill trees and loot systems. And I feel like this stuff is so similar to the first game, and it kind of bums me out because there's so much potential to go crazy with you know, your builds, right? Because combat in Dragon's Dogma is great. It feels great. It looks great. It's so fun, right? But the way that the game limits me so hard from like using all these skills. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Back when they did like Dragon's Dogma Online, which never came west and was kind of a failure, I used to watch these videos of these new classes, and it seemed like so cool. And seeing that stuff is one of the reasons I wanted so much more for a sequel. But here it's just kind of like mostly the same classes and same abilities, but in some ways even less. And I'm like, that's crazy. Why didn't they do so much more? At least with the warfare, you know, you can like swap. You know, you can have multiple weapons equipped and like swap between different abilities, but the fact that like the ability to swap is on the same set of 4 abilities that you can have equipped, so you have to like choose, you know, between those, and like when you swap weapons, it doesn't swap abilities. So if you have like 3 weapons for 3 classes equipped, you can only have like 1 skill for each of those classes. It's so crazy. Why are they limiting me? I feel like I'm getting into the nitty-gritty. This is going to be a long video, but y'all knew that. Y'all knew that. It doesn't matter. I'm complaining, but despite all that, it's still Dragon's Dogma, so I still love it. I've come to realize as I dove back into this game, so I can finally like get through it, because, you know, a lot of times I start a game in the middle of the year and then I move on for the sake of like podcast conversation, and towards the end of the year I kind of circle back and finish up games. And as I was finishing up Dragon's Dogma, you know, I was realizing like, oh, I got a lot of games to get through. Let's see if I can knock out Dragon's Dogma. But as I was playing it, I was like, no, man, nothing can speed me up in this game, because I just like being in this world. If you've ever heard Nick talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, like his favorite game, second favorite game, I don't know. He just likes going out into the wilderness and like hunting and just vibing with nature. And this is that for me, like the fantasy version, because, you know, let's be real, I'm fantasy pilled. I don't hate fantasy like Nick. This is the game for me. I just like being in that world, and I'll go out at night and like turn off my torch and just like, you know, absorb the atmosphere of the night and just look for glowing golden beetles, and it's so good. I don't know, Dragon's Dogma, man. Why didn't I put it at number 10? I don't know. Look, this is going to be a tough list. It's really good. Y'all know. Let's move on. Number 9 on my list is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And god damn it, I know there's a lot of you out there who still not have played this game. It's fine. Well, it's not fine. I mean, Ubisoft shut down the studio, and it's the same studio that made those good Rayman games, and man, now I'm just kind of sad. But you know what? Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is really great. It was surprisingly great. Maybe my biggest surprise of the year, because I really was not expecting it to be as good as it is. When this was announced, I kind of was like, it's this nice effort. It'll be a nice little casual 8-hour Metroidvania. Probably won't be too difficult or anything too like unique or innovative. And man, I was wrong. Because as soon as I booted this game up, I knew it felt right. Like, combat felt good, movement felt good, the platforming felt good, and I'm like, okay, this is like top notch, you know. But the further I got into the game, and it just kept going and going and going, and I started unlocking cool accessories that would, you know, let me change around like what my abilities did, and I started creating builds of my character and finding new areas and new secrets and new bosses, and I was like 10, 20, 30 hours into this game. They didn't just make a Metroidvania. They made a fucking Hollow Knight. I had no idea pre-release that that's what their template was. They made a fucking Hollow Knight, and it's hard, like a Hollow Knight game. Like, combat is like consistently challenging. Platforming is well done, challenging. There's puzzles, and the puzzles are good. They're creative. Like, everything is like punching above its weight, I feel like, in a way that I really wasn't expecting. It feels balanced, it feels challenging, it feels good to play, but like it's also not that safe. Like, there's cool, unique abilities that I have not seen in a lot of other Metroidvanias. I thought it was just going to be a double jump and a wall climb, but no, it's cool, timey-wimey, you know, Prince of Persia-y type stuff. Like the ability to like create like a spawn point and then like warp back to it anytime you want, and the way that like plays into combat and boss fights and puzzle design and platforming. Again, it's so well implemented. And then they even have things like for example, you can find an accessory that makes it so that little laser, the zoomy zoom, when you go back to your spawn point, actually like does damage, and you can start building around that. I mean, this is like a well thought out one of these. It's surprisingly good. Or there's an ability where you have like a little pocket dimension where you could just like grab a fireball and like put it in your fucking dimension pocket, and then like later on like use it in another combat scenario or in a puzzle scenario. And I found out you can grab enemies and stick enemies into that little pocket dimension. Like there's cool, unique abilities, and the way they all play into all aspects of the game. So good. Surprisingly, very surprisingly incredible. I'm talking about these games already, and I'm like, how did I put this at number 9? How is Prince of Persia at number 9? I don't know. It's one of those games where when I'm not playing it, I'm like, oh yeah, that one was nice. But then when I pick it up and I'm playing it again, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. But now as I'm really kind of like talking it out, I'm like, oh, this shit is gold. Anyways, Prince of Persia, it's been on sale all year. It came out at the very beginning of the year, last year, of course. Pick it up. It is weirdly good for a studio that it should not have been surprising. I know it's Ubisoft, but those Rayman Origins Legends games were kind of goated. So I feel like we should have known. Ubisoft got the wrong message. They shut down the studio, dissolved them. I don't know. Terrible. Bad vibes. What's going on here? Anyways, next game. All right, y'all. Number 8. Don't adjust your dials or your resolution. You didn't accidentally select 280p or whatever the fuck. This is, I had to have one of these. A Brad game on here. It's King's Vein. King's Vein. It came out early 2024 from the creators of Horizon's Gate. Y'all remember when I talked about that shit? It's from that same developer. And if you remember me talking about that game... if you don't, let me refresh your memory. This is a studio that's really, really good at making strategy RPGs, with, like grid-based tactics, like Final Fantasy Tactics, with kind of like small numbers, a lot of environmental, like, interactions and reactivity, kind of like a Larian game, like Baldur's Gate. But then they'll have a class-based system with skill trees that get it, like skill trees that are very Final Fantasy Tactics, the kinds of skill trees that you just want to like stare at for hours. At least I do, dreaming up builds. Oh, what if I put the ability from this class and I do a subclass with this, and this has a passive that synergizes with that other ability from this other class, and you can find items in the world that let you like have one bonus like skill from another class without actually subclassing. And let me slow down. What I like about King's Vein is they took that core that they have in all their games, which is a good combat system, a good job class-based system, and put it in a world that is like, it's, oh man, how do I even describe it? It's got like an overworld, like a Zelda game kind of, right? Or like a Metroid style game, and you're exploring and there's shit blocking your way, and you're kind of like poking around, looking for secrets, exploring. Exploration is so good in this game, but unlike games where you get specific abilities to explore, the abilities and the skills that you're unlocking in the skill trees for the job class system are the same abilities that will interact with the world that feeds into exploration, solving, and finding secrets. Like you, because you get a ton of abilities that will like wind ability that can push enemies away, or like a class that gets a chain attack that can pull things towards you, and you'll use these abilities to manipulate like parts of the environment to like get around. So like it in the game, it knows you're gonna like get these abilities, but you really have to kind of dive into the skill trees and find out not just how stuff could help you in battle, but how stuff could help you get to parts of the world you weren't expecting before. Like I like one of the later classes you can spec into, like Final Fantasy Tactics style, is like a gate, what is it called, like a gate mancer or whatever, and the character I got, she got this ability to she was able to teleport like 4 tiles away, right? This is a caster class, right? And in battle you can do it as like a free action. It costs like a little bit of mana. It's a free action that you could do at the end, that you can set you could set up the ability to like, I'm going to teleport here after my next action, like 3 tiles away, which makes sense because it's a caster class. It lets her get up close, like do like a pretty powerful spell at like close range, and then teleport out of the way, so like in the enemy's turn they don't retaliate and like fuck you up because you're a squishy, right? But like outside of battle, it was like this life-changing ability that I was able to like teleport through windows and teleport off across crevices that I wasn't able to get across, and it fed into so much exploration and puzzle solving, and you feel like you're breaking the world, but it's really designed around those abilities. I mean, speaking of breaking the world, you literally get a hammer that can like destroy the environment, and this shit is so good. And I know I'm getting excited, and the way I'm talking about it makes it sound amazing, and you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, but it looks like a game from the 80s or something, and fuck you. You're just gonna have to get over that. This is like secretly like a Larian game in disguise. I don't know, maybe I'm overselling it, but like the loot system is so good too. I love like the loot. Oh, they get it. You can slot like runes, elemental stones inside your weapons and your armor, and they have different effects, but depending on if they're your armor or your like weapon, and the upgrade system is so good. You could like put like glue stuff in your weapon that'll like make it to where you reduce the movement of an enemy every time you hit them with it, and you combine that with the fact that with this class, if I end a turn standing next to them, I also reduce their movement, and combining all those things to make it to where like you hit an enemy with one of these characters and they're like fucking debilitated, they can't even move, and guess what, with your fucking archer you have this attack that you have to charge up, and as long as the enemy doesn't move, you're gonna fuck them up, but since you synergized, you made the best fucking team comp ever. I love King's Vein. It's so good. It's so good. But maybe just for me, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those. I've tried to get people into this, but they're just like, I don't know. It's ugly, dog. That's all I care about. You shallow motherfuckers. You shallow. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. Moving on. Oh, I was getting so hyped, and I was just doing my number 8. What's going to happen with my number 7, which is Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. That's right. There's not going to be a Brad top 10 list anymore without a Yakuza game on there. They always make it on. And it's not even fair. I almost should like have an honorary spot that I would normally give to Yakuza and give it to another game just to be fair. I don't know. You know, I was going to put that Castlevania DLC for Vampire Survivors on because I loved it so much, but I was like, that's not fair. It's literally just taking up a spot because Vampire Survivors is good and addictive, and I love Castlevania so much, and the music was so good. But we're not talking about that game. We're talking about Yakuza, which probably shouldn't be on here, but it is. It's the follow-up to Like a Dragon 7, which was the first like foray into like a strictly turn-based RPG, the introduction of Ichiban. That game was fucking amazing. This is the follow-up to that. Honestly, just as amazing. Maybe not in the ways I expected. Like, while that last game I think had like a pretty great fucking story, and the spin-off with Kiryu, you know, the Kiryu Gaiden game or whatever was also really great with the story and set up some shit in this game that I felt like maybe kind of let me down a little bit. The main quest line here, there's some like neat twists and cool moments, especially with Kiryu towards the end, but like the main Hawaii quest line was just like, I don't know, kind of whack. But luckily, Ichiban and crew and all the new characters and returning characters are so good and so charming, and like the bond system where you're like having conversations and dinner meals and all that stuff is so good. Like the mechanics and the systems are so well evolved from that last game in a way where I feel like Yakuza games used to iterate slowly. Here, I feel like they made like a lot of smart changes coming off like a Dragon 7 that were like immediately like, yes, I had a short list of things that I was like begging for them to like add or to fix coming from that last game, and they actually did a lot of them. Like the biggest thing I think is the fact that you can actually move around some in battle. When you take a turn, even though it's turn-based, you have like a movement ring that is like a stat dependent, like faster classes can like move a little bit further, but just giving you that ability to move and position yourself allows for like so much more interesting like positional based stuff, like back attacks and attacks that knock the enemy from one into another, and like area of effect attacks and line attacks, and that stuff is so much better now because you can move. It might have seemed like a simple change, but it was so essential, and I'm so glad that they figured it out. And the job classes, oh, they're so good, they're so funny in this one.
You know, we did a top 3 podcast, like a top 3 podcast like a year or so ago, 2 years ago, where it was like our top 3 dream games. And one of the games on my list was literally Yakuza Goes West. And this was before they had even teased that Like a Dragon was going to Hawaii. In my mind at the time, I was like, what if Kiryu was in Texas, you know, like the Wild West, or, you know, some crazy shit like that. And while Hawaii isn't quite Texas, it has all the stuff I want. It has the kind of like, oh, this is what things are like here. That's crazy. But especially, they made Cowboy Kiryu. I specifically called out Cowboy Kiryu as something I wanted. And the Desperado job class has all of that. He's riding bulls. He's using lassos. He's throwing, like, drinking moonshine. It's so fucking good and charming and funny and just and that's just like the mechanics and stuff. Like, they're all the fucking crazy mini games are here. Dondoko Island is they put Animal Crossing and Yakuza. And this shit happens all the time. Like, think about like the Hostess Club stuff and like Yakuza 0 or the management stuff in Yakuza 7. Like, every time I play one of these games, I'm like, oh, it's cool and clever, but like, it's probably going to be like shallow or not all that cool, and I'll just maybe play it for the story. But no, Dondoko Island, in some ways, it's like even better than Animal Crossing. They made an incredibly addictive, fun, silly, charming. It's absolutely wild. There's a Pokemon system in this game. I can't believe how good this is. It might sound like a bit now, but all of the games I talked about so far feel like I should have put them in my top 5. I'm getting so hyped thinking about them. There have been years where I don't actually say the number before the game, and then I'll determine the order after the fact based on hype. But we'll kind of see how it goes from here. Maybe I will do some weird numbering shit and you'll be really confused, but maybe I'll just be hyped about all these games. I told you at the start of this list that it's such a crazy year. There's like 5 games that I was sad that aren't going to make the list, but I really do love all these games. God damn it. Ichiban, still one of the greatest video game characters ever. Like, without a doubt. Instant classic. You know, I knew it as soon as I saw his stupid face in that last game, and sure enough, he's so great here. Yakuza. Can't wait for Pirate Yakuza. The question is, are you all going to see this video before the Pirate Yakuza Majima game is even out? I don't know. Number 6 is Tactical Breach Wizards. This is an indie game where you play as Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be hype about this one too. I love this game as well. Tactical Breach Wizards, you know, it's from the makers of Gunpoint and Heat Signature. I don't know if you ever played those games, but this is a like into the breachy style tactics game where, you know, you're pushing and pulling and you know, it's very easy to die, but it's also very easy to, like, you know, take out enemies. It's a tactics game, like a small space tactics game where you can see what the enemy's about to do and you're kind of reacting to that stuff. But like, and you're wizards. It's like a door breaching game, but you're wizards. And it seems like a goofy concept, like on paper, almost like a joke or a bit, right? Like, oh, wouldn't it be funny, you know, if it was like a SWAT game, but wizards? I mean, but like they commit to the bit so hard, and like in the predictable ways, but also in like the unexpected ways. Like, obviously, it's incredibly funny concept, and it is an incredibly funny game from like the types of abilities you get, where, you know, you have a breach witch who can actually where she can, like, she has the ability, it's like a movement ability where she can use her witch's broom, and if she's by a window, she can fly out the window and appear anywhere else on the map, because, you know, she's got a witch's broom, you know, like there's clever concepts that play with the fact that you're wizards, right? There's a wizard who can see 1 second into the future, right? Which is, again, silly, and this game is hilarious, and the writing is like weirdly good. And you start to care about, we'll get to that in a second. But, you know, 1 second into the future is not very useful unless it's a breaching game where you need to see who's in the room ahead of time. And you're having these conversations before you, like, breach a room about what's in the room. And the reason the guy knows that is because he could see 1 second into the future where he already breached into the room. It's incredibly silly, but also like mechanically interesting. And of course, because he can see 1 second into the future, he's like the Overwatch guy. And you're using all kinds of abilities to like move enemies around the map, including, you know, knocking a dude into the, you know, Overwatch fire, or knocking the wizard with the Overwatch fire into the line of the enemy. It's incredibly cool stuff where you have like such a huge list of abilities for all these different characters, and at any given turn, the way you have so many options to like play with your food, and the fact that the game puts in the ability to rewind as much as you want to the beginning of a turn. You can actually like try a bunch of different setups, like, oh, maybe I'll do this and hit this guy into there, knock this guy out the window, and knock this other guy out the window. You knock a lot of dudes out of windows. And then just say, you know what, I think I can do better. I think I could do better. And then you take all that back and you start fucking with abilities in a different way until you get like a perfect turn. And the game like encourages you to do that stuff. And gameplay wise, because of that, incredibly solid. But what I was not expecting is for this to be such a well written game. Again, it's funny, but it's also like kind of smart and like about it and like and heartfelt in a lot of unexpected ways. Like you really care about the characters, and some of the conversations you have, like, you know, between these maps are like, you know, just like, oh man, like ride or die, like good friendship conversations, but they also kind of deals with, like, you know, they have like dream sequences where you're breaching rooms with a copy of yourself and you're having conversations with yourself, and it's all like your inner thoughts, and incredibly creative. They keep finding like cool places to take the story, cool scenarios and enemy types and like map types, like all the way through the end of the game. It's fresh all the way through, and there's all kinds of like side challenges and that are challenging. And I played this shit on hard, and, you know, getting through these levels was hard enough, but getting through the levels while also getting like the bonus challenges that would give you the currency you needed to like buy cool outfits for your characters, like trying to get through levels while also getting those bonus challenges were like very difficult at times, where I would really be kind of staring at a turn like you would in like a really difficult turn in Into the Breach until you finally figured it out. And sure enough, I feel like there was always like a cool solution, and you always felt so smart when you figured it out. Oh man! Shout out to the mission board, like the pin board. Where you can actually move around like all the different like, components of like the story, like the different people and the locations, like a string board, you know, like a conspiracy string board or like an investigation string board. But except you can move all that stuff around, and it's such like this little thing, but it made me so much more engaged in a story that was, you know, kind of like spanned the globe, and there was a lot of moving parts, but since I was able to move those parts physically on the board, I don't know, it kind of helped me put it all together in my head. It was a little thing that, again, seemed incredibly smart, and I get it. Tactical Breach Wizards. Hopefully some of y'all have tried this game, but highly recommended. Really good. All around, complete package.
All right. I guess y'all can guess my top 5 from there. Anyways. Which games? Which games jumped out at you? Fucking hell. Insane. George W. Bush quote on the pretty neat. Let's see. Oops. That looks like the Dead Cells character. This looks crunchy. Be cool. What did I get for lunch? I didn't get anything. I heated something up. Some chicken taquitos. Cozy color palette. Bizarre. I've heard of this game. This is like a found phone game or whatever. Our style's too much. I see this a lot. Where I kind of felt that way about the other game a couple of games ago. I don't know how to say this. Like, art styles that work in other genres to me don't really work for like strategy games, because to me, like, clean and clear is what's most important. Clean, clear. This just looks like a lot. I mean, I guess they have pretty distinct silhouettes, so I get it, but with too tower defensey real time for me. What? No trailer? The fuck? Turn-based game or something? Wait a minute. Huh. What the fuck? What was I doing? Palatro's on Game Pass. Sick. You think Yumi has a good pickup? I think Yumi is probably a solid pickup. I think I kind of want to play this. Do I? She got a gun? I saw like she's got like a motorcycle, which is pretty sick. Yo, you can change outfits? She took her jacket off? What's going on here? I think recent Atelier games have been pretty well liked. But all the synthesis stuff is a lot. I'm into it. Moroi. Wow. If it seems like they're definitely like opening up mobility and shit. You could just synthesize on the fly. You don't have to like go to a alchemy pot or whatever. Whoa. Whoa. Fallout 4? What do y'all think this game scores, though? Kind of like how the Ryza game scored, maybe? They changed the combat from turn-based to real-time, I think. I don't think any Atelier games ever scored that high poke-up. I'd consider, like, drafting if bidding if there was, like, 0% chance it would slip into the 70s. And that can't be true, right? The Ryza games score low 80s pretty consistently. Is the story in the Ryza games, like, part of the appeal? Or a big part of the appeal? Because if the story is an important part of why those games score well, then I'm not going to risk it, because what if the story here is dog shit? Oh, here we go. She's got fucking motorcycle? Mobility-wise, this one is more like... I'm kind of liking this, like, Breath of the Wild-y, like, openness, right? Where does this one fall apart is my question. The combat is no good. Puzzles? Lockpicking? I might bid on this, but not gonna spend much. The thing about Fantasy Critic for me is, like, I don't want to give anybody else a dub because they outbid me, you know? I'm just gonna let them dig their own hole. So I just need to just wait. So what is this? Just like a cooldown based thing? It worries me a little bit going from turn-based to real-time because it's easy to, like, drop the ball. If the combat was well liked in the Ryza games, this could blow that. This one of the main characters? Is that Ryza? The shooting stuff seems really clunky, but I mean, I guess that doesn't... It's kind of a nice looking game. What's the budget like on... I mean, does this seem like a higher budget than the Ryza games?
るほど羨ましいわ。うちののうのうと生きて。
積み重なった記憶が
This seems pretty sick.
方がいい。
隠してる。敵か？
立ちふさがるなら
すまない。
取り戻すなんて。ちょっとお兄アイラフォンデュ
とで生成悪影
セル
伊藤の任務を進めること。
私にしかできないことをしたい。
戦を知らずして
無事かしら。
そうだろ。
Is good guy or bad guy?
無事かしら。錬金術師さんたち。それにしても
Oh, she's a good guy.
なんだかややこしい状況になってるみたいね。
And this one's in my Gamefly queue.
何か恩返ししたくて。
お前を恨めば何かが解決するのだ。甘い考えはとっとと捨てた方が身のためだぜ。
あなたが一体どこまでできるのか。私はそこにも興味が。
錬金術には触れない。理解しない。大災害を繰り返す。
Already in my Gamefly queue.
錬金術一体何をしたの？ねえユミア、あなたはどうして私遠い時代のあなたへ。
To open the items you create tools for
Kind of into it. All right. Yeah, looking pretty good. Come on. What? Ed's Game of the Year video is live. Hold on.
Between tensions in the city, threats outside, the militia's in over their heads.
Running just fine. Well, I am like indoors. Most of my performance issues have come from like the city area, which makes sense. That'd probably be more like CPU intensive. There's a lot. Well, I think this is like a major side quest.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you, we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
This is my character. Mushroom lady. It sucks. You make your character at the beginning of the game, but like I didn't realize my eyebrows were clipping through my mushrooms until later in the game, and you can't change any of that stuff during the game. You know, I'm thinking like this game is gonna get some patch love, and I almost kind of want to wait for those patches. Also, kind of wish I wasn't an arcane scholar. Seems kind of dweeby.
You think he's building a what? Giant animat?
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Yeah, the oldest known animats were used as guardians of royal tombs.
Right.
Duh.
I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right?
Probably. Crack knuckles. Let's go ask him.
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire.
That's Pillars of Eternity too.
Now we have a piece of him. And
Never
we're about
finished
to
that.
face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
What do y'all think Ed's Game of the Year video is? Let's see how long it is. Maybe we'll watch it. There's no torches in this game. There really needs to be torches. A lot of talk about souls and gods and shit in this game. I do find it weird that coming from Pillars of Eternity, there's no Cypher class. Like there's some, like that's one of the more unique classes in Pillars of Eternity, and you can't play as it. And I don't get it. Yeah, I got mushroom
Why
here.
does he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place?
See, I got mushroom here. See? What is this? Like a puzzle. Whoa! Okay, hang on. Huh? Man, I need to cook some of this fucking food. Oh, there you go. Here's a better look at my mushroom hair. I didn't realize how much it was clipping through my shit. And it's weird when you create the character. They're like, you have to take a deformity, right? Because you're a godlike. You can have just the one on your face on, or the one on your hair and your face on, or none of them on. And you can choose that during the character creation process. Like you can pick hair, but just pick the choice that makes it so you don't see the one in your hair. And I'm like, whatever. And then I'm like, I noticed it clipping, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to turn the hair one off. You can't access those. You can't access those from the menu. Literally only at character creation. You know, like a turn helmet on and off sort of like option, basically. Like the equivalent of that for this type of character. And I'm like, that's fucked up. That's also the kind of thing I could see getting patched in. Like, it's an Obsidian game. There's going to be patches, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty good. Okay, so this is like a... Oh, I think this was a puzzle to get in here from a different side, but since I found like a way to sneak into this section, I don't need to do it anymore. Okay. Yeah, I came in through a different path, so I think we're fine. Wish I had a torch. Oh.
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness?
I don't know what this guy's capable of, but I've got your back.
Hold on. Do need some juice here. What if I... He's making some, like... He's putting souls inside this giant fucking statue.
Lies like wasps.
There's a lot of like reading and stuff if you are a reader. What's a bog noise? It's dense though. Like the lore of this universe is really dense. So much so that some people are like kind of fussy about it. Which you know, it's fine to like not be into it, but being a little fussy about it's weird when you can just kind of ignore a lot of it and just play it as a fun action RPG. Like I felt that way about this universe when I played Pillars of Eternity.
You carry the splinter of Aethys?
I do think it was best in Pillars of Eternity 1, and I thought 2 was getting a little crazy, like right out the gate with all like the god stuff. Let's see.
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond.
It does have, you know, keyword glossary stuff. Oops, oops. Oops, oops, oops.
Ah, I did not expect you to.
Well,
be so
he says he's a
thorough in
godlike,
your
yeah.
explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating?
It's got big soulless
or when
energy.
the soul is broken upon the
I don't
wheel?
like them.
In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
You're going to put their souls in your statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves.
With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute
the redemption of a god. Okay. It's a godlike's responsibility to hold their god accountable.
You understand me.
I don't know. I'm kind of vibing with this guy. Fuck it. I want to see this mech come to life.
Our division from God. Not our division from them, no, but their division from us. It is a wound the size of the soul, yet it gapes as large. If we are to alleviate suffering, if the gods, if Aethys is to atone, we must give him a mortal consciousness. We must give him a mortal conscience. Or the atrocities of the Deadfire and the Saints' War will be but preludes to the horrors he will sow across Aora.
Alright, dude.
Aethys
Oops.
must be stopped. By making them jailers. Do you carry the relic? Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he rests. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will locked into the reliquary, with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
Alright, I can ask my party. They seem pretty good aligned, though, so...
Me? If I ever suggest helping some crazy Nimdu bring a statue to life for religious reasons, please kill me then and there.
What's a Nimdu? An idiot or jackass.
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses and Deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea.
Fucking casuals.
And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with it. I've heard I can change him before.
There's no way this will work.
Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose. It is that wisp I will...
No.
I see. Why?
What? You killed innocent people to advance your own sick goals.
Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse.
Hold on, let's not be hasty. I guess I could probably try to talk it out, but I kind of just want to fight something. Fuck you. Oh, hold on. How do I do this? Wait, what the fuck is that? Hold on. What is that? What is happening? Dude, I'm way over leveled for this dude.
Oracle's dead. So can we leave now, or?
Hear us. Follow us. We would speak to you.
Another win, but who's counting?
Yo, what's up with this mech though? I've done most of the stuff in the first area, so I think I'm almost over leveled for this quest. Also, I think I turned down the difficulty to normal. Just because, I don't know. I guess I didn't trust the game balance. I just heard too many people complaining on normal, and I was on hard, and I'm like, am I going to run into some issues here? Oh shit! Wait. Give me that. No! Hold on, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, wait. Hang on. No. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Thoughtless.
Hold on, let me... Fuck. Hang on, let's turn this thing on and see what happens.
You destroy for destruction's sake.
Shut up.
What is burned cannot prosper.
I must have done it wrong.
Ways to free us, gone to waste.
I just want to see what was happening. I thought it would like come to life or something. Guess we gotta kill this guy again real quick. Let me crank it back up to hard and see how like challenging it is. Well, whatever. Oh shit.
That all you got?
Next one's mine. Right flag. Beyond secret. Look right. Oracle's dead. Leave now, or...
Hear us. Follow us. We would speak to you.
Glad that's over.
There any treasure around here? Looking for treasure. Oh, this fucking voice wants to talk to me. The fucking Emperor.
We sense weight on you. Essence. Yes, we know this melody.
No, Elum.
Part of the
Nick's not gonna
statue,
play this shit.
A piece that yearns for its true place. Combine them. Join soul into body. Let it sing for us.
Will something happen if I do that? Huh?
It dreams in colors we have never seen.
Oh, so I destroyed the statue?
Use it? We cannot know. It must be complete. Feast? Famine? We could not say. The Adra dulls on the sense. What will bloom?
Hey, Envoy. Back with us? Dawnshore is most people's first view of the living lands, and last brush with civilization.
So I put the relic in and then I destroyed it. Wait. Give the statue to the voice? What is that doing? But it seems like putting the souls in there is like not a good thing. So I think I'm not gonna do that, but I'm kind of... I don't trust the voice. It's just it's a fucking illithid, I don't know. So what, I literally just leave? Yo, what's up with my new sword? Hold on. Last light of day. Killing an enemy restores 3% of your maximum health. Hit still an extra... Okay, it deals fire damage. Whoa! The hilt is kind of goofy looking. I guess I should destroy the statue, right? Oh, I need electricity.
Thoughtless.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you fat fuck.
You destroy for destruction's sake.
Yep. Yes, I do. Where's that last one?
Wings to free us, gone to waste.
Do I get some EXP from that shit? Come on, man. Oop. Alright, let's skedaddle.
The Oracle might have been a creepy murdering corpse.
Never thought I'd be so relieved.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, I cut you off, bro.
It was certainly an experience of some kind. Let's go catch up with Offreak.
I feel like he was about to hit me with a butt. Where's the fool that was... Hang on, this is not where I came in. Cool sword. Look at my cool sword. Where did I come in? Don't call me a nin, dude. Fuck you up, dude.
Here they come.
Ooh.
Oh no, you.
Where did this guy come from?
Good fight.
Secrets? Secrets? Damn it. Wait, I can do this.
Cheap fertile land. Too good to be true.
Damn it.
If you came all this way for arable land, you might as well get back on your ship and leave.
What seems to be the problem?
We've been conned out of our life savings.
A gentleman sold us his farm, sight unseen, of course. He boasted of making a fortune off the living lands.
We risked everything for this opportunity, but the place is in shambles and the earth is barren.
Your luck might have been... Okay, see, Arcane Scholar, you just sound like a fucking know-it-all. Assuming getting your money back is out of the question.
The scoundrel took our coin and ran. It's a miracle the deed was legitimate.
So do we find a way to squeeze life out of this dead farm? Or do we cut...
Here, 100 gold pieces.
Oh my goodness.
Copper.
This is more than enough for seed. And we'll need workers for tilling the soil.
One thing at a time, my love. I don't know how to thank you, but if you want us to farm, we'll farm. Our first harvest is dedicated to Adir, and that's a promise.
Wait a minute. Dedicated to me, not...
Not the advice I would have given, but I guess miracles happen.
Oh, shit!
Sometimes it's kinder not to give people false hope.
Oh, I was supposed to teach him how to fish, not give him a fish? No!
At least this is a home we can call our own.
Okay. Shit. You know, I was playing this the other day, and Henry was watching, and I'm walking around, and I see this thing, and Henry looks at me, he's like, am I actually seeing that? It was like, because it just seems so out of place, and I'm like, you got a fucking point, dude. He thought he was losing his mind. What is this? Have I been here? Where am I at?
All quiet here for now. Nothing to report.
Whoa. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Hang on. We'll just Dark Souls our way down. I've been playing a lot of Lorne's Lure, so... Wait, what was that? I need a fucking torch. Fuck am I? It's crazy though that enemies do not respawn. See, that's another thing. I could see them like patching it in, It just seems crazy to me. I get hitchy when I'm streaming. I mean, I get hitchy in towns, especially when I'm streaming, probably because it's like taxing the CPU. So I'm like, what do I turn down in that situation to adapt to that? Yeah, but it's not like an Elder Scrolls game, really. You know, I mean, look. You would think it is because it's like a first-person fantasy RPG, right? But it's not. It's not really. I don't know. It's not like they respawn in. They don't respawn in fucking Mass Effect, do they? Well, maybe they do actually. I don't know. What is this? Turning down foliage and shadows. Foliage, you think? Alright, hang on. I think I have that shit cranked up. Oh my god, yeah, I have this stuff cranked up too high. Shadows. Well, let's see. I think I have reflections turned down. I could turn down shadows, but shadows usually, like, kind of sucks. Like, it sucks. You really do notice the turning down of shadows, right? I don't know. Is that, like, CPU stuff, though? That's my question.
Don't get too used to the comforts of paradise.
I don't know. I feel like I start tweaking this stuff. Maybe I need to restart the game. I don't really notice it, like, improving all that much. So then I'm like, well, let's just turn it back up, I guess. Foliage kills frame rate, but is it, like, CPU taxing versus, like, GPU taxing? Because my CPU is literally 8+ years old. And I'm running OBS right now. Alright, what am I doing here? Oh. I imagine like the amount of people walking around and shit in town is having an effect. The game is definitely running worse because I'm streaming is the thing.
Hey, it's the Envoy.
Envoy, hey.
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe her the world. She saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
They'll be here soon. Afraid not.
No. Oh, gods. Does she mean...
They didn't make it, Offreak. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened?
The Oracle ripped their souls from their bodies and put them in a statue. They're probably not going to believe that. The Oracle killed them.
That godless scum. What?
Right. So it could have been worse.
They probably went quickly. If that helps.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offreak, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
Yep, got a sweet sword.
At least they got justice.
and I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful.
What's next for you two?
Ambassador Heelguard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
Oh, while we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
I'll try. How do you decide who gets to wear it?
We take turns. Cadman had it last, so he gets to decide what we do with it.
I'll treasure it.
Well, I'm sure you've got big envoys.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the core together.
Oh, I nearly forgot. You didn't happen to find that relic, did you?
Don't worry about it. Ugh. I don't. But I don't know. Belongs to the people of the living lands. It's not Adir's to take.
I don't think the Corps higher-ups are gonna see it the same way, but...
Fuck them.
I guess I can't argue with the Emperor's hand-picked envoy.
Goddamn right.
If you're ever back in High Crown, promise to look us up.
Alright.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but I'm glad they made it.
Look at this shit. Equipment upgrade available. Visit party camp to upgrade. Now I go to settings. I go to UI. Wait, where is it? Hang on. Where is it? Game? Reminders. Turn on in-game notifications that are presented when there are unused player attribute or companion points available to spend. I have this turned off, but it still reminds me when I can upgrade some shit. You would think that this would be the thing that would stop that. But no.
One of them may even get a happy ending.
Alright, Garrus, you chill out there. Alright, what did they give me? You can, Hey, what the fuck did they give me? What was it called? Am I tripping? It was this. Ooh. +1 dexterity, plus 15% parkour speed. Plus dexterity. Yeah, let's do that. Because let's see. Dexterity's attack speed and action speed. I like that. Parkour.
Keep one hand on your coin purse.
Yeah, I need to.
I'll keep trying, but there's not much to be done into Fort Northreach.
Envoy, glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
It's just hitching in this city that I'm in.
Safe travels, Envoy.
One of the things I like about I guess I didn't really talk about it in this podcast. There's some like pretty nice quality of life. Like as long as you're not in like a dungeon or whatever, like kind of like I was just in, you can go back to camp, and you can leave camp to exactly where you were, which is nice. Or you can leave camp where the camp is. And this is where you do all your upgrading and shit. But one of the things I like, because it's kind of fun to... ooh, let's see what the upgrades are on this. Killing an enemy restores 10% of your maximum health. Successful parry deals high stun to the attacking enemy. That one seems pretty good. This totem fragment thing, which I guess each area has like totems, right? The cool thing is while the totem is active, you get all these like bonuses. So it like rewards finding secrets because you might find a piece of that area's totem, which gives you like pretty significant boosts. Passives and which is kind of neat. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's in the chest. If there's like, there might be a totem piece there. Like you could tell it's definitely the city, right? Because when I'm looking away from the city, like I'm getting like 60 frames a second, but when I'm looking at the city, it's hitching up a little. Let's see. Oh, this is already fine quality, so this is going to be a pretty good weapon, I bet. Playing this on PC, yeah. It's on Game Pass. What are the resolution? You might double dip on Steam. Why would you do that? It's on Game Pass. You don't sub to Game Pass?
Right. What do you want to know?
Nothing for now. Leave me alone.
Right. Good talk.
You don't like the Game Pass PC app? Who cares? What? I gotta go soon. Gotta pick up Griff. Like, who cares about the app? What are you talking about? Just play the game. You just boot up the game and play it. Okay, what's my... These treasure maps, like you find treasure maps and they're actually like pretty good. I'm like, where is this? I think I can find this one. But I don't have like a shovel or whatever. So let me think. So this has got to be. This has got to be. I think it's like. Man, there's water everywhere. Let's go here and take a look. Hang on. I do gotta go. There's probably. Carlos, are you thinking about that to install it to your Steam Deck? You need to really set up Moonlight. I think that's what, if that's what you're thinking. I bet this runs like shit installed on a Steam Deck, honestly. This kind of looks like... Huh? This is definitely it. It's like underwater though? Sick! Fine quality shield. Hell yeah. Like a common hammer. It's so weird that like materials are pretty good, but why didn't they just put the sick shield in the fucking chest? You can hear chests, by the way, when they're nearby. Which is kind of cool. This one... I think it's probably... Over here? Ah, fuck, I gotta go. Alright, I'll see y'all later.